Good afternoon, everybody. How's things? It's quite dull and dismal here in Scunthorpe today. Not very nice. We've had a bit of rain and it's just a bit, you know what I mean? But we're indoors and we're quite warm and busy. Now, just to let you know, we are still packing orders. We've, since Tuesday, we've worked it out. We have actually packed and got out the door just over 700 orders. So we apologise if yours is not quite with us yet. And that's not including shop orders. So there were, well over 100 of those too that have gone out. So please, thank you so much for your patience. We're getting through them as quickly as we possibly can. And we're hoping the rest are going to be out on Monday. So we're getting there. Brenda, hello. I'm sure I've just sent you an email with a reference on it for your order. So yeah, I don't know everybody's order because, of course, there's me, Sarah, and Leslie been packing today. So we've just been getting them out as quickly as we can. So thank you for your patience. So I'm having a little bit of a relaxation, and I'm going to do my tile while the other two are still in there sorting bits and pieces out. So yeah, we're on the case. But anyway, here we go. Tile number 308. Where we're going to start today. All right, I've got a regular creamy tile and I've actually inked it up a little bit. I've even used a bit of my stencil in the background. That's the Spanish Vibes one. Just to give it a little bit of interest before we start. So what do I need today? I've got my regular pen, pencil, tortillon. I've got some coloured pencils here just in case I need them. And that should be about it. Oh, I do need a bit of a straight edge, so I'm going to borrow one of my tiles here just so I've got something to work to. So I'm hoping to appease those of you that like grids today and those of you that like organic. We're having a little bit of a mixture. So first things first then, what I want to do, I'm going to come in, I'm going to come in with pencil. And what I want to do is I'm going to create a border, but I'm not going to use the whole of the tile for this. I want to sort of think about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way along. There we go, and down. You see, about 2/3 of the way along. So then if I bring this back along and I can just mark those there and there. Oh, is that straight? Straight as it's gonna be at this angle. Okay, so I've got a bit of a border there. All right, that's my first thing. So, all right, sticking with pencil just for a minute. I want to find the middle, about there. And then I'm going to create another one there. So I've got to split that into two. And then here, I'm going to split that into two as well. Okay. Whilst I'm splitting my page, turn it round. And I'm going to line up halfway. And then this time, I'm going to aim for 6 if I can. So that means I need 3 spaces here. So there you go, 3 spaces. And then here, 3 spaces. Sort of similar in size. Okay. So then, if I use this again, I think we need a smaller version of John's ruler, don't we? Because sometimes it's a little bit big to just draw marks with tiles. I think we need to get that sorted. I think I need to have a word with him about that. There we go. So, got myself a bit of a grid going. Okay, I'm happy enough with that. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to come straight in with a pen and I'm going to mark these in there. Let's just put that line in. So that whole grid now can be done with pen. There you go. So I'm going to do all the outside. But yeah, Kathy, do you agree? Do you think that I should have a word with him about that? And we'll do a smaller version. Okay. Oh, but that's brilliant, isn't it? So I'm always a little bit nervous when I send abroad, as you can imagine. I mean, it works fine, but it has to go such a long way. You know, and then we pack our order here at our little office and then wish it goodbye. And I must admit, the DPD driver that came yesterday, he's the one that we had the chat with on the Advent tiles during the Christmas period. He was a little bit stressed, bless him. There's quite a few to go yesterday, and he brought a box in specially to sort of keep them all so they didn't get damaged. I thought that was really good. So I must admit they're still a little bit more expensive, but you know, the service actually was a lot better, I must admit. Oh, there we go. So, all right, there we are. Oh, Kathy, I'm glad they're coming through. We've really worked hard to get those to you. So, yeah, okay, we got that then. The tiny shot, Kathy. It's funny. All right, so we're ready with this. Now you've got to focus on this, okay? Because we're going to be sort of moving things back a little bit. So I'm going to start in this top corner. You're going to have to do the same as me in order just to get this pattern going. Once you've tried it once, you can do whatever you like, but my suggestion is follow me with this one. I'm going to create a curve there, like that. All right. Okay, so then with that curve, I'm just going to put a little aura and just sort of fill that in there. Okay. And then I'm going to create a leaf shape there. And then on either side, I'm going to do a half leaf. Okay. Oh, then don't panic, it's not all the grid. It's only part of it, look. Okay, and then I'm going to put some little lines, top and bottom. I might get 3 in there. Okay. So then I want to look at this one. So this time, so I'm going to stick with the same sort of side, same way up. I want to put the curve there. All right. Vicky, I think the February is completely sold out. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So then I'm going to put my little aura there, you see, just opposite it. And then in this bit here, I'm putting in that leaf again. Remember, you can get 3 flicks in there. And then I'm going to do a half leaf and a half leaf. Okay. So this next one, I'm going to do the same as the first. I'm going to come on in, putting that curve in. And then let's do the curve on the end as well. And then line that way, little leaf there. And 3, and 3. If you can only get 2, it's fine. And then a half, and a half. Okay. So then this one, I'm going to do that way. You see, so I've got 2 the same there. Okay. So let's put that line in there. And then in this bit, we want the leaf in the middle. You're going to put those 3 flicks in both sides. Then a half leaf. Then a half leaf. Okay, so that's our first row. So then we're going to come to the next row. And I'm going to do this way. And then again, putting that little, and it's sort of like got a little bow in the middle there, see? And then in this section here, a leaf. Let's put those flicks in. And then a half leaf and a half leaf. And then the next one, I'm going to go this way. As before, putting that little aura in there, fill that in. And then we're going to have a leaf shape here. 3 little flicks. And then here, half a leaf, half a leaf. Okay. So then the next one, looking at this pattern, I'm going to go this way, along there. And again, I'm going to put that little shape in. So you see I've got that little pattern there. And then leaf in the middle there. And 3 flicks, 3 flicks. And then 1 here. And 1 here, okay? So let's look at this one here. So we've got that and that, so we're going to do another one of those. That way. And then again, oh, let's put that one in first. And then 1 that way, remember, flicks in. And then this way, and this way. Okay, so we've got a bit of a pattern forming here now. So let's go on to our 3rd row. And the 3rd one, I'm going to look at the same as this top row. So let's do it. I'm going to go that way, putting that little line in. And then here I can come in with that shape, put my flicks in, and then I want either side a little leaf shape. So the next one, we're doing it this way. A little aura, a little leaf shape, this way, flicks on, and then my little halves. So then looking at this, I'm going to do the same in here. So 1 this way. There's that little aura again. And then a leaf shape. And 3 little lines either side. And then I want one that way. Oh. And that way. And one that way. See, what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to put them on all sides. Because doing one, it's not a mistake, it's just something a little bit different. So let's add it to all of them then. There we go. That's changed it up a little bit, hasn't it? Putting them on all sides like that. That means you don't have to worry about it then. You have to when she's going to which one. There we go. All right. No, well, I don't think they're wrong. I've done that way, and then I've done that way. So here I've done that way, and I'm doing the same again. Okay, so we've got that. And then here I've got my little aura again. And then I'm going to put my little leaf shape, put my 3 flicks. And now this time, instead of doing either side, I'm going to do both sides like that. Okay. So I've got 3 rows, so I'm going to come to the next one now. And if I look at the pattern here, I've gone this 1 row and 1 3 is the same. So row 2 and row 4 is the same. So here we go. So I've got this way that I'm going now. This way. And put that little aura in there. And then put my leaf in. And then I'm putting my little lines on, my little curves on all sides there. And then this one I'm going to do this way. A little curve in there. And leaf shape. Now usually I would move my tile, but being that we're trying to sort of follow this bit of a grid today, I'm keeping it in the same place. So then here I'm going to do this one the same, so it's going that way. I think once you've got the first 2 rows in. Okay. And then this way. And the leaf. Again. it could be quite interesting to see how this sort of pattern works in different ways. So I think even if you did it slightly differently, so looking at this row, I've done that one, so it's this side, you could end up with different designs that change things up a bit. There's no right or wrong. Okay. This one here, and again those little flicks, and then I'm going to put those lines on both sides. So then we're back to, we've got 1, 3, 5, so we're going to do the same this side. So it's going that way. And again, I know sometimes it's easy to draw all these lines first and then come back and fill in the shapes, but I think on this occasion I found it easier to do the whole sort of section in one rather than, and then on this one along here, there we go, and then once you've got the direction, putting the rest in, you don't really have to think about that much. So same again as this one, that way, putting that little curve in there, and this way, and 3 little flicks on both sides, and then one there, and there, and there, and there, and then the next one here, so same as this one, right? It's going that way, put that little shape in there, and then as before we can put that little leaf shape in, there we go, and then either side, draw in those lines, and then the last one here, the last row, so we started that side, this side we're going to go this way, and in we go, that one, a little aura in there, and then in comes that shape, 3 little flicks, and in comes our little lines, and then, so that's that one, look, and then it's on this one now, so we're going to go, see, just checking, that way, which is the same as that one, this one goes this way, and in we go, and then in we go with that one, 3 little flicks, and in we go. So this last one here goes this way with this, and then along, flicking, flicking, and then little curves. The last one is the same as this, going this way, a little curve, and then little leaf shapes. There we go, is the first one, then into these. There we go. So what I'm going to do now, being that we added the extra little curve on these sides, we can come in now, let's put a little bubble in, and we can fill the little gaps, and fill that in, the little gaps. Now if you find that yours is a little bit smaller than mine and you can't quite get that bubble in, that's okay, you can just fill in the gap with the black ink there. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of something in there, get it a little bit of interest. And it goes. Oh, Rose, that's a good question. Honestly, Dobby he's got quite a lot of dress sense, but when it comes to colour, he's up for anything. So whatever. He does have a hoodie, it's black, And black's not always his colour, he does quite like his brights. Oh, Christine, Leslie's making a cup of tea. It's because sometimes the internet loses itself a little bit upstairs for some reason, so I'm actually working the tile downstairs. So if you hear the hum in the background, that's the laser cutter running in the other room. There you go. See? Get that in there. Oh, Nicola, that's nice to know. I know it's taken a little while to get orders out, but we're getting there. I said we would. We've got through ever such a lot this last few days. And there we go. And see, just filling these in as we go. It's a nice little pattern, that, isn't it? It started as a grid. These are quite nice, these, sometimes. I know you have to think about them a little bit. But that's the whole point sometimes. You just want to focus in on what it is you're doing there. See? There it is. And this one. Okay. And along. Just getting that little bit of ink in there. Makes quite a difference. Of course, depends what colour tile you've used as well. Sometimes it's nice filling the black in. You know, if you've used a bright tile, maybe the hot pink or that bright yellow, putting a lot of black ink on them looks really cool. So there you go. Just filling it in there. Just makes a bit of a difference. Almost done there. And there you go. That's why we would have got more out today, but our courier arrives before lunch. So we used to have one that didn't come till 4. But now he can come anywhere between 11:30 and 12:30. So we work like the clappers in the morning to get it out. We can. There we go, let's have a little look at that. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So I want us to focus on this little bit now. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Although I don't quite know where you're going to put it.
Hiya, guys.
Oh, well, thank you, Leslie. Yeah, my table's a little bit full.
Everywhere's a little bit full at the moment.
We can't find a clear desk. Oh, dear. Oh, it's all good fun. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to imagine here that I've got still this grid. So imagine, there it is, look. Okay, I don't want to draw too much in because it's quite tricky to rub out afterwards on the ink. And let's just put a little diagonal in there. See, let's go a little bit. Oh, she is sounding better, isn't she? Worked hard this week. But to be fair, we've all been packing in some way, shape or form. Okay, so I'm going to do one of those lovely little leaf shapes there. And there. And then this way. I think she's listening to the live in the other room, so she can hear you all or see all your messages. There you go. So what I want to do now is I want to get rid of that pencil line. I don't want to keep that. So let's remove that. There we go. Alright, Rose, it is a neat background, but this is the Spanish Vibes stencil in the background. Look, it's there as well, just sort of in there, going up. So you just see a little bit of it there. It's nice sometimes to do that, isn't it? Just have a little bit of something in there. It doesn't have to be completely visible. It's just something to work with. Okay, so have a look at that. Okay, see, that's nice. Okay, what we're going to do with this is I want to now bring in one of our wonderful little curves. Down we come, and around, and around, and taking my time, coming all the way back up. There we go. There we go. And the next one, I want to come even further down, so if you would rather sort of draw this with a pencil first, all the way around, but sometimes it's actually better just to go for it and swoop on in and draw that lovely curve there. Alright, it may be just a little one here, let's have a look. Actually, I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put curve with a bubble on the end. Let's go and have a look at this. Curve with a bubble. Let's just give it that little bit of a shape there. Okay. And then along. I'm going to go over that one. And there. The bottom. And again, another little bobble there. So let's put another one in. Let's get it all the way down there. So we're going to get a little better one. And one there. So have a look at yours and see where you think these would work. So that's going to go behind there. Maybe just one more. Sort of coming out here. Ooh. Couple of little dots in there. Again, when you're doing dots, it's probably better to hold your pen as upright as you can, because this is going to give you a, it sounds daft, it's going to give you a rounded dot than if you have your pen at an angle. Put a few of those in. Okay. Some sort of just in there. There we go. And in that one there. You can do a few and then come back and add more if you feel that you really need to. See how they're sort of really spacing themselves out there? Almost like they're clustering around this centerpiece. And then they're wandering off doing their own thing. There you go. So, you know, you can add a few more different bits and pieces in here, and I'll bring another one of them actually in there. It's quite nice, aren't they? Okay. So I'm going to come in with my pencil. A quick sip of full tea that Leslie's made it. Alright. And let's have a look at this. I think this bit we'll do first. It's pretty straightforward in a sense. Rose, yes, thank you. He would be most appreciative if he could have a jumper or a cardigan. I mean, it's just getting in and out of it, see, it won't quite go over his head and his arms. You have to be, yeah, leave it with me. There we go. All right, I've just added some in the middles and the edges, and then just around the bottom section of these, and let's just have a little highlight on them. There we go. Okay. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll get him to lie down and I'll put a ruler around and measure him. If I can get him to lie down. He's actually got he's had a new friend. Caitlin has made me a little dragon. And actually she made it for me, but I haven't seen it because he's made friends with it. And he's taming it. So we're sort of following them both round with a fire extinguisher at the moment, as well as trying to pack all our products. So you can imagine it's been a little bit crazy with him too. Just little puffs of smoke lying around here, there and everywhere. So if this dragon grows to full size, I think we're going to have a bit of a problem if we can't train him. So How to Train Your Dragon, I think, is one of the next books we're going to have to borrow from the library. Alright, so that's our first little bits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my tortillon in just for now, and I want to do these sections here and soften off these little areas. Okay, again, just leaving that highlight in the middle if you can. Just I'm going to systematically work my way down the rows or the columns. Going down bank, isn't it? Okay, see, that one's a little bit more. And we can come back in and add a bit more in a short while. Just want to get these done first. Quite nice actually just to spend a little bit of time, isn't it, shading, just using the tortillon. It shouldn't be a rush. This should be one of the most enjoyable parts, I think. So there we go. Nice to do. Of course, with that little bit of Reed, good idea. Oven gloves. Yeah, I bet Leslie and I have got some between us. I think we're going to have to work out who's babysitting the weekend with it, because the last thing I want to do is leave a baby dragon with Dobby in the office alone. That's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? There we are. Okay. I'll actually, I'll post a picture of him with it. You can see exactly what I mean. Just a bit on this as well. Okay, so that's where we are at the minute. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so I'm going to come back in with pencil now. I'm going to come around that curve. You see? Let's go in a little bit. Went over there. Oh, a little bit. Okay, so follow the curve. See, and I'm on the inside of it almost. Don't be shy with this. Put some on, it's absolutely fine. Oh, I know. It's always fun and games here. It really is. You know, we think. I'm sure the accountant thinks we're a serious business. But when you've got a house elf or two hanging around, it's bound to be a bit crazy. This one, you see, just sort of getting some graphite in there. Whilst I'm doing it, I want to bring some down this side as well, all the way down the side. Again, not being too shy with how much, and some at the bottom as well. Okay, so back in with the tortillon, and again, I'm going to work my way around. See, I've just got a little spillage over there. That's better. See, around we go. We want to create a bit of a shadow there. Okay. So I'm not trying to move it too far. I'm just softening it off. So you can still see what's going on in there. There it is. I think I'm going to bring a bit of...
You need to be crazy to work here.
I know. Oh dear. Just a little bit. I thought I was normal. Same on this side. There we go. Okay. So next little bit then. I've got some blue coloured pencils here. So, first thing, see all these little bubbles? I'm going to come in and add a little bit to those. You see, sort of, it's going a little bit more. So there's sort of just that bottom ends. See, so we're leaving a little bit of a highlight. course, if you find you've coloured it all and don't panic, you can always use a white gel pen and that'll put it back in for you. See? Okay. Sort of gives it a little bit of colour there, doesn't it? See there, look, I don't want that pencil on there. I just want to keep that separate. Again, you don't have to use colour. If you want to use your pencil for this, then you could put it in the same place as I'm doing and then use your tortillon and just blend it out a bit. Or you could use your pastels and your tortillon. That's it. I'm not trying to blend this or shade it particularly, it's just got a little bit of colour in there. It makes a difference. Okay. There we go, let's have a little look at that. Oh. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to just bring in another blue. Let's have a look. I'm going to go with a slightly lighter one. There we go, a bit of blue there. What I want to do is just add a little bit around that edge. You know where we put the dark in? There, so it's on that edge. Again, you could use any colour you like here. You don't have to use the blues. It's just my tile's got blue in the background. And I was aware before Christmas I did do a lot of tiles with reds and pinks on. So having a different colour. There we go. Okay. There we go. Just sort of bring a bit around. Again, I'm not going to try and blend this. I think I'll bring the white pencil in. Not my chalk one, because working with a white chalk pencil doesn't work with your regular pencils. It doesn't like to mix. That being chalk based and these being wax. Okay. Again, don't think it's got to be seriously coloured. It just needs some colour on it, so to speak. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to use a little bit of this. Oh, Bev, yeah, tile swaps, that's a good point. I need to have a look at the Royal Mail website so we can just check if there's going to be any strikes or what's going on. And as soon as we know that we can safely get them in a reasonable time and then of course back out, we'll be back on tile swaps. That'll be nice, won't it? I'm going to bring a little bit of a darker blue in, just in the centre there. You know, just sometimes when you think just needs a bit more, that's better. Look at that, that's better. And then a little bit across the tops there. It makes all the difference. There's a bit more there, look. There we are, so look at this. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a quick look at my pencils for my white. Always at the bottom of the box, isn't it? Always. Here we go. And then just on those edges. There we go. Just gonna come in with the white. You know, even if you've used a white tile, it's quite nice to come in with the white pencil. It just sort of burnishes it. And because I've got ink on the back of this, it just sort of enhances it a little bit. It's just blending it just a touch, just enough. It does look different, doesn't it, with the shading, Janet? And again, depends on how you shade it. Again, you could do it in all sorts of ways. So you've got a couple of different patterns here as well, if you actually look at it. So it depends which one you actually want to bring out to the front. I mean, I've got this one really at the front, whereas you might actually like this shape coming to the front. I'm just going to bring that dark blue back. If I find it. A slightly darker purple, that'll be fine. So you see in here, I've got these little plants. Again, I'm just going to add a little bit of darkness to the, you see there, just the difference that makes. Now, because we've already shaded it, you don't really have to blend or anything, just about putting a little bit something there. I've not used black, kept it quite warm and used a purpley colour. So, you know, have a look at yours, and if you think it needs a bit more, you could bring a black in, it's fine. But it's quite nice as well, just to warm it up with a bit of colour now and again. See the difference that made. Oh, Denise, it might be that we do it then. Or maybe, yeah, if there's no strike dates sort of announced as such, then the third Monday of the month will be tile swap day. That'd be exciting, won't it? If nobody's ever, if there's somebody out there you've never done the tile swap before, on the third Monday of every month, we'll do a video. There you go, that's not bad, is it? And that'll explain everything that you need to be able to do or know about the swaps. So there we go. A bit in there. So I'm just going to bring a bit in there as well. Tortillon along there just to soften that off. There we go. Let's have a look at that. Okay, I think the last thing to do, I want to really accentuate this area here, so I'm going to bring that pencil down there as well, so just to enhance that shadow. There we go. Alright, so that's definitely going underneath there now. We don't want to go all the way around. There we are. So, okay, with that done and sorted, let's have a look. That I'm going to say is done, and going to sign it. So that's my pen. Here we go. So signature in there, and there is our number 308, all done and sorted. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll just check the calendar and the dates and things, and we'll make sure that that date, the tile swap, is added to the calendar so everybody knows what's going on. Okay, and if you haven't heard, you've got a deadline. If you want to put a tile in book 10, there is a post on the Facebook page for that as well, so I'm sure Chris will pin it to the top or something, rather than me explaining it all right now. But we're looking at 12 tiles from 155 through, so yeah, he's put some pointers there, so okay. All right, have a good one then, have a great weekend. Enjoy this one. Look forward to seeing what you're going to be doing with it. And I will see you back here 2 o'clock on Tuesday. So take care, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.